Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Tawny Perch, where today we're going to continue playing Everything is Crab. Last time we tried to do a strength build where we only went strength, but our mobility let us down. And then in the second run, we went for a sort of armored speedy boy approach, which was effective at keeping us alive, but we couldn't really kill anything. So let's do another play along and try and work things out as we go along. And yeah, let's hopefully make something that's not a complete failure. But let's take a look here. Do you know what? Let's try and progress. So let's go ahead and do pressure 2. And looks like we've got some added sort of perks here. Chosen, your third level up will offer 3 legendary evolutions. That sounds pretty good. Standard just gives us plus 10 HP. Or we've got grandiose. Evolution rarity improves based on your size. So your bigger size means rarer evolutions with no penalty for smaller sizes. So basically what you're telling me is become a thick ass boy and you'll get rarer evolutions. So we know where I stand on being thick as hell. Nearly swore there. But yeah, let's get into it and let's go ahead and start beating up these little mud skipper things, avoiding the nasty dog flies for now, and very quickly into our next or first upgrade here. And let's pick the praying mantis, maybe, so it gives us reach, alters the size of the area covered by the player's attacks. Or AoE, that always sounds pretty fun. When I get to the point where I click once and everything on the screen just gets battered by my sheer hulking mass. Go ahead and punch up this little mud skipper here. Those dog flies up there just absolutely mobbed that poor guy. And increased feeding speed. It looks like that increases our size, doesn't it? So we do kind of want the evolutions that will buff our size in the long run. I'm not too fussed about being a fast gobbler, but I'm certainly interested in having regeneration. It's going to help with some survivability there. And it looks like these nasty things have decided to gang up on me here. And they're doing quite a number on me, actually. Good job I picked that regenerative tissue. But fortunately, the 4v1 wasn't enough to take me on. And let's have a look. I think we're going to go for more mass. Again, want to make the thick boy playthrough actually work for once, but let's make sure we pick up some speed upgrades along the way, and that is a big ass dog fly. See if we can survive this fella. I sadly don't think I can. Nope, I have already been gobbled, which is incredibly dissatisfying, so let's just go again. I'm going to go for chosen this time. We get some legendary upgrades on our third upgrade. So my nemesis now is the dog fly. I'm going to build just to genocide them, I think. They've upset me. And let's have a look. Dodge and senses. Baiting and social. Let's go for more eyes. Chance to dodge attacks. Well, that's probably going to be good for taking on a big horde of those dog flies. So I can see I've got a nice eyeball and stem protruding out the top of my head now. And what does attack penalty do? Movement speed penalty applied when executing any attack. Lower values will reduce the amount of penalty received. Excellent. So we can attack and move quickly is my understanding. We're going to do a complete 180 and just be a small fast boy, I think. We can get some good attacks in. That's going to be my play now. Purely just so I can just eradicate these dastardly dog flies. I will have to beat up this little mud skipper here, though, because just I need your food. Okay, what do we have here? Gain permanent max HP when health food is eaten while at maximum health. That's more HP. That is a prey style of affinity, so why don't we go for that? Sod it. Let's pick up that, I think. We get some tail-based evolution. Let's get a tail. There we go. The tail, I think, helps avoid this creature from being too creepy with the eyeball sticking out of his head. Give me a bit of a nibbler from Futurama type vibe. Here's my old arch nemesis. The old dogfly. Let's just continue playing this nice and safe. Avoid those dogflies. Eat the mud skippers. We'll have our time against them very soon. It is raining now. What effect that applies to me. What do we have here? Increased poison resistance. It'd be handy later on, but I think let's just stick with dodging ability here. This strange creature here. I don't know what you want to call that thing, but keep away from them for now. And you, buddy, need to stay off my food. There we go. Doing nice simple circles there to avoid any damage from that fella. And there's our old arch nemesis. Well, he's just left a snack for us, so consider that a peace offering for now, but I don't intend to stay peaceful for long. There we go. So it's night time now, so our field of vision is decreasing. And what do we have here? We've got herbivore, so vegetation progress plus 30%. What does that mean? Progress gained by consuming vegetable-like foods such as fruits and mushrooms. Okay, so I wasn't even aware that I could be doing that, to be fair. So, also got heat adaptation and damage resistance. Also headbutt, attack that deals high physical damage but self-damages itself. Let's go for a herbivore route. And let's try and find some mushrooms and apples to eat, I suppose. Yeah, there's a mushroom. And what that's going to do. Give me a lot of levels from the looks of it. Yeah, those dogflies just even more vicious than they did during the day with those angry red eyes. Seem to be much vegetables. Here we go. Here's another mushroom. Let's bubble that up. Again, don't know what sort of effect it could potentially have. Wondering if I can knock this apple down. Got to remember I do have a dashing ability that I haven't been using. Maybe that could have saved me in the last game, but there you have it. This area is surprisingly quiet. Eat a mystery mushroom. That does level us up here. Again, not interested in the feeding speed here. We could just be a little herbivore guy. Going for the cute playthrough. There we go. Looks like the mushroom I ate did poison me. We can just stuff our face with fruit here. Here we go. We have tail wag. Attempts to make nearby animals charmed every 5 seconds. What does that do? Charmed enemies behave as allies and fight by your side. Go on, let's go for that. We're just a cute little guy and everyone should protect us. Whining. On damaged, attempt to charm nearby enemies, double the chance of the animal damaging you. Yeah, we're going for just a little baby boy. Just a little cute little guy who just wants to keep eating. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just looking to eat food. Oh look, we charmed that fella just then. And yeah, let's just continue along the agile route. Don't think I'm going to do too well in this hot environment yet because I haven't really got any heat resistance. So maybe it was fine during the night, but I imagine this hot heat is going to cook our poor little cute fella at the moment. Do need the aesthetics to make this guy look a little cuter though, because why don't we give myself some plating? There we go. He's looking a little cuter now. We have charmed this other fella here, so they'll help us out. we get into trouble at all. I don't know how long they'll follow me for exactly. Maybe we can charm this dog here. And we have got the boss now, so let's try and avoid this guy as much as possible. There we go. Let's get some cheap shots in whilst focusing on the mushroom. And our little turtle friend. Sadly, I'm not doing very well at charming this big dog guy that beat the snot out of me on the other playthrough. But let's just keep walking around in circles. We can, get too battered by this kangaroo. I've just been poisoned. I am on the scorching desert sand, so let's move off of that. Trying to avoid getting punched too much here. That has actually just got me killed. It was rather foolish. So, as you can see, this game is quite difficult, or I'm just garbage. We'll have to try and rethink our strategy here. So, tell you what, let's just eat as much food as we possibly can, as quickly as we can. Obviously, you are sort of at the luck of the draw, if you like, with the evolutions. So, long pecking attack that deals ability damage. Let's go for that. I feel like we haven't taken that ability yet, so loads of food here for us to eat as well. So we have got a nice beak now, which is quite haunting, really. Cheek pouch. Store nearby food inside your cheeks. Stored food will be consumed at the same rate. I think we're just going to increase our beak ability here, and I think DPS was a problem in that last game as well. We were kind of, well, supposedly a prey animal, but we were very slow. Quite easy to kill, let's face it. These pecks are doing quite a lot of damage, actually. So let's eat up this food and take a look. Can increase our ability. That will do more damage with the pecking ability. So let's do that. And now I've got a weird brain protruding out of my head. And yeah, we're just doing so much more damage to those dog flies. Already enjoying this approach more, I think, than being a prey animal. I don't know why I did it to myself. Making short work of those fellas. And let's see what we've got. So I can't say I'm interested in any of these, so I'm going to do a reroll. And can make ourselves tiny. So maybe we can just be a tiny, big-brained bird boy. I do enjoy being faster, so having the ability to dodge the boss attacks is always very good. It already feels like it's going far better than the past two attempts. Killing that guy, making very short work of him, actually. And we'll eat some of this food off of this guy. Hopefully he won't mind. Come in here and snack away. And what do we have here? We have spit. So again, that's another ability damage scaling attack. Why don't we pick that up? And we're going to right click to spit and left click to peck. So there's some sort of strange spitting bird creature. Let's give it a go on this fella here. That is quite effective, actually. We need to bait out an attack from this guy and then just peck at him. That's a lot of damage that we're dealing at the moment. Didn't get as much XP from that fella as I had hoped. Let's spit at this guy. Bait out some attacks. And yeah, we are doing so much more damage now. See the benefit of picking alternate attacks here. Having a range ability is always handy. Don't know what on earth that thing is, but after this level up, we are going to beat it up. Fungoid allows us to sporadically generate mushrooms around us. damage, apply poison to nearby. I don't think I'm that interested in that. Let's just go for more speed. There we go. Peck that guy and then spit on him to finish him off. Very effective strategy. That strange creature there. Who knows? Let's just spit at him until he... oh, he's spitting right back at me. We've got a spit war going on here. Go in here and have a feast on his body. And let's retreat out of this sort of tundra landscape here. But let's eat first. And okay, so we can get fur now. Maybe let's go for that and let's explore this cold region a little more. Hadn't done that in any of my previous playthroughs, so let's see what we have around here. Fruit here that we can crunch on. Go back and finish off that other fruit up there. Here we go. Can't see too many more creatures around here. And again, let's go for small. We're becoming really tiny now. And oh look, here's our arch nemesis from before. Let's juke around him and just peck him to death. Gone for a mosquito build here. That was for the first game, buddy. It looks like we are freezing to death now. Hiding under a tree does seem to stop us from freezing. I guess whilst there's rain or a blizzard can impact that. So let's eat fruit here. Rain has stopped, so we can go out and gobble up the remains of that creature. And let's improve our ability damage. Let's make sure we're not falling behind in DPS, because that always seems to be my biggest problem. Dash onto that food there. Got to remember I have that ability. I do keep forgetting. Fellow small fellas here. Lots of food just dropped there. Nice of them to just leave that behind for me. And let's go elusives. That makes us tinier. And, well, actually, I quite like agile, so our attack penalty is dropped now when attacking. We now just kind of look like some sort of duck with a, well, some horrendous growth on the top of our head. Be nice to evolve to get some legs soon. I don't have to squirm about everywhere. Maybe even some wings if that's possible. Okay, so we're against the crab tool now. So, rampaging ball, that's also a crab. Gotta make sure we dodge these abilities. Hopefully we can make short work of this guy. And hopefully they don't make short work of us. Mindful of the fact that it is also snowing in this tundra landscape, so another thing we need to kind of micromanage here, if you like. And, okay. Looks like he's dead. The beak is proving to be very effective here. Not a huge fan of any of these. Think going to do a reroll. And let's grab small level 4. Oh, we are so tiny now. Being small means a smaller hitbox after all. So, very happy with that. Now here's our arch nemesis with a star. Let's spit on him. Or we develop legs, just as I'd wanted. There are also wings as well. We want wings. There's no actual further unlocks at that level. Could change our dashing ability to either a leap or a scuttle, perhaps. Let's give ourselves legs. There we go. That's looking a bit better now. Help if I didn't get stuck on that rock. That was dangerously close. And we're healing up from killing that guy. Look at us waddling around. Just a cute little guy. Just a shame about the abnormal growth on our head. But let's gobble up some fruit here. And keep powering ourselves up until the next boss here, essentially. We're making short work of these fellas now. They really aren't causing us any issues. And let's get some more fur. We are in the cold here. Gobble on this big old fruit. Excellent stuff. Let's have a peek around, see what else we can find. Loads more fruit on the right there. Looks like we're becoming a bit of a herbivore here at the moment. And this gives us 100% cold adaptation. And look at this, we have a new specialization available. We can snow dive, dashing on snow, a 20% chance to spawn food on the landing area. Double the chance if leap was used. I think, let's go for snow dive. Every time I dash now, there's a chance to spawn food, just like that. Hoping that wasn't a result of the tree. What's that buddy holding? Oh my, there is an absolute mob over here of whatever these things are. Seems when it becomes night time, it's just an absolute free-for-all here. Let's increase our spit damage. Look at that happy little guy eating his food there. They are burrowed there. I want to see if we can entice them to come back out. There we go. That's a big stack of food there for us. Little baby bird has a big appetite. This cat is trying to eat us up, so let's try and catch back up to them and finish them off. That weird creature there, I don't know what that is. Some sort of crab dinosaur. I don't like what it is. Get our next upgrade. Slow metabolism, so progress needed to evolve is reduced by 15%. That would stack quite nicely. I'm just going to lock that in. And just about finishing off that kitty cat there. Devour the flesh of our enemies. Who would expect something so small and cute to be so deadly? This guy is so unbothered by that fella. Finish that guy off, eat his body. Look at him, so happy. And that's that hideous... I don't know what that is. I absolutely hate it. A bit of a skirmish going on here. Everyone wants a piece of this tiny bird. I think they might think I'm easy pickings, but proving otherwise. Gobble up all this food. Got to remember to keep dashing because that increases the chance of food being discovered. Excuse me, this is my food. There's Scuttle. Oh, Stinger. Slow attack that deals initial physical damage and poisons, dealing ability damage over 5 seconds. Do we remove our peck attack now? And didn't she go into Stinger? Maybe not. How about we re-roll? See if we get anything else. Sharpen. Increases damage dealt by every contact attack for 10 seconds. Scales with your predator affinity. We only have 2%. I'm just going to click on Spit level 3 here. Got a few gold stars over here, which I think we should interact with. This little mud skipper guy is nearly dead. There we go. It's his body here. These little fellas need to back off. This is my grub. Oi, you. Dash away, eat this fish up. Don't want to find out how much damage these guys do, because it's probably more than I can handle. This fella's just eating all the food whilst we were busy fighting there. And here's this horrific bird creature. I don't know what that is. All I know is I hate it. We are very much approaching the boss now. About to come rampaging in. Some sort of elephant. This mystery mushroom in preparation. Heck at these little hedgehogs. Shouldn't have eaten the mystery mushroom. It contained poison. You know, our little guy can't handle here. Screen is starting to shake as the boss approaches. The Shellephant. Dear. Eyes are simply just bulging out of his head there. That is quite a difficult attack to avoid. Might actually struggle a little bit with this person. Spitting at this guy. And that is done. so much damage to us there. We are in a critical position. I think sadly this elephant might take us down. Especially if this attack connects, which I fear it might, unless we juke around to the left. That's clearly how you dodge that ability. Okay, that was very dicey. Thankfully we learned how to dodge that mechanic right at the end of the fight. Call it being lucky, but there you have it. What do we have here? Our wings, which we might go for. I'll do the big chew. Every 10 seconds gain progress equal to 5% of your prey affinity value. Oh, I do like the sound of that. Yeah. The head duck is always grazing, as they say. Vortex there, more ability damage upgrade, and we just need to look at getting some more health back here. That was a very dicey fight. Go. This guy up. So we don't die, because that guy is doing an awful lot of damage there. Looks like we've annoyed the wrong customers here. Gotta make sure we successfully dodge all of these abilities. Spitting and pecking as we go. And there we have it. Another close call, but no problem for a little duck like me. Oh, look at this. So beak attacks can penetrate enemy plating or can be used on unoccupied burrows to spawn food. Let's go for sharp. More damage always feels good to me. And now we've got a nice little hooked beak here. That's doing quite a lot of damage now, which is very good to see. Got a pretty good evolution going on here. And let's take reduced cooldowns and increased ability damage. That way we can spit far more frequently. Let's deal with this cat, who's not a particularly friendly fella here. This weird shrimp fox needs to be dealt with. There we go, lots of food coming out here. Shrimp cat also falling. Those little hedgehogs are just kind of mental again for me, so let's go for spit level 4 there. And we've just got a big old feast here. Gobble up all this food. I guess this is where feeding speed will come in handy, because it's quite a long time to eat all of this food when it's a big pile. Hey, this is my food, buddy. Back off. We can finish small here, so let's pick that up. We're now going to be even smaller. Here we go. We got an achievement there called Minimalist. Super small fella now. Finishing off that guy. And that guy as well. So size truly doesn't mean anything, especially not in this game, because this little guy is packing a big punch. And we can get the leap ability. Jumps over enemies and obstacles, avoiding any direct impact in the process. Hold for a longer leap. I think safe to say that that's going to be the upgrade we're going to go for. Do a little hippity hop. That'll be a good ability to use to hop over big attacks here. And we can get an outlier, a chance for a random evolution. See what happens if we do that. Ooh, elusive. That's pretty good for us. It makes us even smaller. Oh, we are such a tiny little guy now. Compared to this humongous fella. Got an interesting symbol against him. Still don't actually know what any of those mean, but let's keep spitting at him until he drops down there and have a lovely little feast for ourselves. Some of this meat is bigger than our actual character model now, which is hilarious. It looks like we can go for elusive level 2, so it can be even smaller now. Not big like this fella. We've got a rampaging capybara now. Not happy with what's happening. Probably disgusted with the build I've got here, just being a little fella. Hopping away from his ability there. Easily dodging that charge. I've got to say, I feel awful killing this thing as it's squeaking at me, but Tiny Bird's got to eat. Increasing the ability of beak here, which also improves our eating speed, which is very handy. And it really is just a massacre here. What on earth is going on? There are so many creatures on the screen. Another upgrade. We could go for slow metabolism, but I don't like how that slows us down. So let's do a reroll here. And let's pick up leap level 2. And keep gobbling up as much food as we can. Hitting at this guy with the star to grab some of the DNA points. And it looks like we've got ourselves a dogfly that wants to have a piece of us. Cat is having a bit of a fit there, swiping in all directions, but that's no problem for us. Looks like we're approaching the next boss, which I can only assume is some sort of bat, maybe. Especially if it's getting dark and that's when they're going to appear. Let's see. Spur, a very low physical damage attack. Well, we haven't really gone down the physical damage path, so I'm actually just going to re-roll these evolutions. See what we get. There we go, beak level 5, nice and simple. Did quite a bit of damage to us there. Another cat coming after us. We've got the Crabbaroo. Ah, this is the fella that socked us one last time, so let's give it another go, shall we? Now that I can hop about. Little hopping bird. We can hop as well, buddy. No problems there. And let's see what attacks changes we can get, different abilities we can get here. Let's re-roll these evolutions. I don't like the look of any of those. And perhaps again, it's just realised we've got 56 mutation points that we can use. And maybe let's upgrade that now. And once more. Get a big leap ability there. And finally, let us get bouncy. So up to 1 second after landing, we can jump again. We're just a very bouncy guy now. Solving the immobile issue we had last time. And just kind of flexing on this kangaroo that we can hop much better than they can. Pecking away at this guy. There we go. He's on the floor. Straight away, this cat is coming in and trying to have a piece of me. And another cat's coming in here. You need to back off, buddy. This is my food. You know what? Take that. I don't want it. Grab this food here. Increasing our ability power further. And we've just grabbed a fruit. I don't think we need arms. I think I'll happily take the wings instead here. Now we are just a hopping bird. Teeny tiny bird. Little sparrow. I can spit as well, which is quite funny. Hopping around. Didn't realise that was a creature there. I thought it was the fruit. So, getting close. Why do you have sharp pointy stick? It's because you've developed arms. Well, I have just been absolutely skewered by those little guys, which was very annoying, actually. But oh well. On to the next one. Let's try a different approach. Those guys were very powerful. Basic enemies have increased damage. Well, that clearly was shown from how much damage that thing was doing to me. Was also much faster than me, despite being sort of 20 times my size, but not a problem. I don't want any splicing. Go in the game. It looks like I don't really have a choice. Okay, well, let's just go for standard. And maybe minimalist, plus 50% to all damage and progress for each empty attack, dash, and ultimate slot. Start without dash equipped. So I do more damage and have more progress the less stuff I have. Makes sense. Let's merge those two together then. And let's just try punching these guys some more. The little bird was good, but didn't have the survivability to make it work. Let's try that again then, shall we? Let's go for beak approach. Only the beak. Let's try and be a bit tankier than we were before. There we go. And we just got to... I want to be the very best. Defeat a shiny animal. I didn't even notice the creature was shiny there, actually. I'd have to check the replay to see what that looked like. Okay, well, we already have level 3 beak, which is quite ridiculous, actually. So let's go for sharp. Hopefully I can just kill these guys in one hit now. Let's have a look. Yep. Oh, we are so strong so early on. Gobbling up all this food. Level 4. Certainly not complaining. Maybe we just go for a ginormous albatross build this time. Or a big old beak. And just a load of health. Spit was very good last time, but we have got the minimalist sort of mutagen on at the moment. So I'm just going to stick with beak through this entire playthrough. And let's just buff all our other stats appropriately. There are some question marks towards the bottom of the screen, which I'm not too familiar with. Let's see if we can investigate what those are after we've food here. Perhaps if I'm quick enough, get this little bird here. Oops, help if I can land my hits. There we go. Getting another level up here. Already have beak level 5. Very good to see. And instantly kill that guy. It's hiding in a hole, so I can't catch him. There's some sort of oasis here from the looks of it. Let's see how I interact with this. I see. Okay, so let's drink. Let's increase our regeneration by +3. And let's discover what these other question marks are. So these are giving us permanent buffs, which are good. Let's deal with the killer for that guy. Finish you off as well. Regenerative tissue. We know important hit points are. I mean, we're doing way too much damage at the moment. Let's try and balance it out and improve our survivability here. Don't know what this golden mushroom does. Give that crunch. And of course it poisons us. Never eat mystery mushrooms. Okay, let's have a look. Let's go for thermoregulate, because that's a permanent buff. Heck this guy. Crunch of that. Try this magic mystery mushroom and see what happens. And we can give ourselves some damage resistance here, which I think we were sorely lacking last time. We're now some sort of shelled bird with a big brain. And let's just go ahead and increase our ability damage. Pretty interested in the charming approach. Just slowly squirm our way to our next enemy. Hidden in a hole because I was way too slow. We have got another question mark actually at the bottom here. Let's go find out what this is. Wriggle our way over there. Some sort of tree. Okay, let's greatly increase one random stat. See what that does. Plus 15% attack area. So it's making our beak slightly broader. Let's see if we can swim our way over to this other question mark. Heck, that guy there. Don't know what this bubbling is. Doesn't let us move over it, I see, so not a problem. We are incredibly slow in this water, so this could end up being a horrendous idea, but I'm interested in seeing what all these question marks are. Some sort of seaweed or kelp here. Let's play in the kelp. Increase our ability damage by 1. And let's wriggle our way back out of this treacherous waters, because our little fella has not evolved to tackle this sort of terrain. In fact, I'm worried I might drown. There we go. Wriggling away there. And it's not long now until the elephant boss, which might be a problem for me considering how slow I am. So let's try and get some upgrades in, increase our speed here. Or we can just go for plating, take some reduced damage. Try and kill this guy here. We go, 1 peck will do the trick if we hit it at the right time. Again, so these guys, I can't tell if I'm just blind or if they do disguise themselves as apples. Okay, we are in the desert. Let's get some heat adaptations. We are now a scaled bird with a shell. Hello, Shellelephant. Do a lot of damage here to this guy, so I'm just gonna peck him to death. Look at that. Don't need to do anything when you can just kill it super quick. Excellent. Should we make ourselves chonky? I don't think that really matters, actually. Let's re-roll. See what else we can get. Once more. And again. And shall we go for a tail? No, let's go for dexterous. Reduces our cooldown, increases our ability damage. Let's eat this fruit here. A new super upgrade. And perhaps we can go for... Let's go for legs. Need to be a bit quicker. We're now an upright turtle bird with a big old brain. Wiggle our way over this much more lush landscape. See what we can find to eat. First and foremost, you guys need to quit following me. This mud skipper fella get pecked at. And let's increase our damage resistance here. Chase after that star in a minute, although I do think that other guy is going to end up killing him before us. Okay, let's re-roll this. Actually, let's go for this. Be a big fat boy. Yeah, that thing pretends to be an apple. That is so deceptive. I've fallen for it so many times. Need to start pecking at my fruit now before I try to eat it. There we go. That guy is still trying. Oh no, here we go. He's got the star now, so let's catch up to these guys. Dexterous again. Heck this fella. There we go. Deal all of those lovely things there. Yeah, so these guys pretend to be fruit. You're not going to fool me again. We've got a little while now until the next boss. So that's the kangaroo, if I'm not mistaken. You can stun me when you lick me. That is horrific. Deal with you. And grab some of this food here. Prove dexterous once more. Prolific plus, I don't know what that was, but I'm just going to eat it. Plus 1 stone. Oh dear. Am I having a trip now? What's going on? Music has all gone funky. This, okay. Level 2 legs there. Oh, now we've got another pair of legs. Sort of gallop towards our foes. Okay, let's re-roll this. And generative tissue is always nice, but let's just go for dexterous level 5. I'm sure I'll regret that decision later on, but you never know. And this guy is just... what a freak, eh? I'm just doing so much damage to everything. Imagine having a creature like this coming towards you. I think that'd be the last thing you probably end up seeing. Okay, let's go for the outlier. Charms the nearest enemy in the target direction. While charmed, you may use the ability again to command it to move or attack. Let's just pick outlier. And I'm not interested in that, so let's remove that. And now we've just got antlers as well, just for the cosmetic sort of approach here. Dear oh dear, this really is an abomination. May the Lord have mercy on this critter we've created. And let's go and jump in that mud pond. Spruce our thermo resistances there. Double up the bones of our enemy. Free mystery snack on the floor there. Don't know where it came from. Don't care. Just get it in me gob. There we go. Bird with the cool hat. Ignore him this time. And let's follow these question marks. We've got another mud bar. Thermoregulate again. We don't have a tail to do the other unlockable. We have a weird mushroom here. And we can increase the success rate of mushroom identification by 10%. Increase number of ticks of your... okay, well, we don't have any poison. Let's just go for study. I'm guessing when we walk near mushrooms that it sort of tells us what it is if we're successful in that sort of identification role. Increase our plating there so we're a bit more armoured. This is going a lot better, I think, than our last two. Let's just make sure we can actually make it to the end. So let's gain a full level here. Since none of our abilities actually scale off physical damage. And let's take another cortex here. This cat wants a piece of us. Our plating is absorbing a lot of the damage from that attack, which is good to see. The 2 pecks have finished that fella off. Go for cortex for more increased peck damage. And this guy's trying to throw stuff at us, but we just don't really care for anything at the moment. We are far more evolved than anything else. We are on top of the food chain. Go to this tree, gain another full level of progress. And more legs for more speed. Have a look here. So we've got arthropod unlocks and adds more legs to the evolution pool. Yeah. Oh, yes. This is the crab evolution this game's talking about. We are just going to be super fast. Let's re-roll this. And let's go for plated. 3. Very nice. And I apologize for our viewers that may have arachnophobia because, I mean, even this is starting to freak me out. It seems the more legs you add to something, the more hideous it becomes. Okay, let's go for regenerative tissue. Sort of sweet spot for legs is sort of 2 to 4, right? And anything above that starts becoming creepier. And just no legs is just very odd. Okay, we've got this kangaroo guy with the poisonous flowers bopping at us, so let's evolve right in front of its face and flex on it. Like we're in some sort of Pokemon anime. And let's keep re-rolling these until we see something we like. There we go, Cortex. Juking to the right because he had that attack queued up. Yeah. Easy work on that guy. Peck him to death. Let's get the tail now then, because that's going to increase our ability power. This mystery fruit. And pick up. Could go for wings. Go for wings. I want to be even faster. Having speed is just so handy in this game. There we go. And gain another full level of progress from this random event. And let's re-roll. Wasn't really interested in any of those. Again, not interested in any of this. Try that again. Let's take that top one then. There we go. And let's just gobble up all this food. Scales, level 2. Or eyes. Let's just re-roll this. I'm not a fan of any of those really. Okay, let's just take more plating there. We can see this nice armor bar appearing around the side of our health bar. So that meter goes down first from the looks of it before our health. Very handy. Let's find ourselves some more random events here. So we got another question mark towards the bottom. Have here. Go on then, let's take the agile so that we are slowed less when attacking. Good to see. And let's take this guy out. If we genocide those fellas before they can evolve into spear thrusting, fast moving bipedal freaks, then hopefully we won't have to deal with them later on. Release our carapace there. And let's just pull this food up. Loads to gobble up here. Here we go. Okay, and let's walk down. I can't be able to eat all of that. Okay, so now we can do scent marking. Increase social by +2. Let's just do that. Why not? Another one. And potentially another one. Get out of my way. Draw that upon yourself, buddy. Yeah, there's another one there. So let's increase our social again. Let's just keep sort of moving around here. Going to re-roll these. Not a fan of seeing the antlers. I'm kind of annoyed I picked them up now, but no matter. Suppose it was completely random. And let's go for plated level 5. I'm assuming that will take it out of the pool. Let's beat up all of these guys. Come back here. We get ya. There we go. Very much a fan of the beak in this game. Very quick attack and does a lot of damage. Next time I'll have to make, well, unfortunately I think beak scales for ability damage, so maybe trunk scales with physical, I can't remember. But next time I want to try and just get a big physical damage build down. Like any of those, so let's remember to use our mutagen points. Reroll some more. Level 2 again. Please go away. I'm not interested. No. Wants to keep coming back. Try again. I've got sprint here. I don't think I'm interested in that. Let's take up agile level 2 and keep playing. What on earth was that? Someone just tried throwing something at me. Come here, buddy. You're going to pay for that. Look at this horrible creature which comes scrabbling after you. This weird duck thing. I don't know what it is. Everything is just coming into the sort of meat grinder here. Let's take regeneration then. Not that I'm getting hit much at the moment, but you never know. Could come in handy later on. Got a few guys with lots of stars here, so let's beat all these fellas up. Everyone walking over to see what's going on and just meeting their immediate demise. That boy can hide in there, not a problem. Got some more question marks appearing over here, so let's go explore those. Another mud pool to jump in, another one here. Fruit. Where it isn't a little hedgehog creature. Got another question mark here. I'm assuming it's just another mud puddle. Yeah, okay. Get that social up. Again, don't really know what it does, but hey ho. This thing's poisoned me, presumably because I attacked it. Not a problem. Prehensile tail. I don't think I'm interested in that. Let's re-roll these. Let's increase our poison resistance, since there seems to be things that are just poisoning us for free at the moment. Try and deal with this guy. There we go, nice and easy. Grab those mutagen points. And let's go for the big fat boy. There we go. Deal with this guy in one hit, not a problem. And we've got a gold shrimp cat here. Let's chase after this fella. Come here. There we go. Grab those mutagen points. Gobble up our food. And let's improve our poison resistance. There we go. Timing that properly. Just an insta-kill. Kill that guy even though he is going to poison us. Looks like we've got our next boss approaching, the Aquaconda. Seems to enjoy spitting at me from the looks of it. We can just peck this guy and make pretty short work of him. There we go. Jump and leap about as much as you like. You can't escape my beak, buddy. There we go. Good upgrades coming in here. And yes, let's take Smile again, shall we? It does increase our speed. Quite nice. Let's pick that up. I like being fast. Let's reduce our size a bit more. And yeah, why don't we just get feeding speed? I'm getting annoyed of just standing around here. We've got our branching thing here. Let's have a look. Ruminant lets us gain progress quickly, but our prey value is quite high, so that could potentially be good. Or we can go down the social route here. Potentially. Maybe not. Or we could go for arms. Shall we get some arms? Let's do that. There we go. Pretty terrifying creature now. We have arms, wings, and legs, a shell, a beak, antlers, a big brain. We've just got everything. It's all just rolled into one. Okay, so this is where everything starts becoming a bit chaotic. If I'm not mistaken. So let's peck these guys. They think they're safe because they poison me. They are not. Nothing is safe. Not even I'm safe. A danger to myself. Short work of these people. There we go. Right. What do we have here? Tail wag charms. Not interested in that. Let's get regenerative tissue. We should go down the sort of defensive route here, especially if I'm just getting myself poisoned a lot. On this capybara. There we go. We'll bottle up all that food, and let's see what else we've got here. Those are the spear fellas that did us last time, so let's get our vengeance. There we go. Vengeance is sweet. We've got these strange creatures under the ground here. Didn't like whatever that was, some sort of sand crab. Let's increase our feeding speed here. Thing appears to be raining like poison. I don't know what that is. That's certainly poisonous, but again, you don't scare me, buddy. Time this properly. There we go. And let's increase our agility here, become more agile. Don't know what that is meant to be. Sort of crab creature. Angry rampaging capybara is dead. Also has a crab shell. Basically everything at this point in the game just has some sort of crustacean or shellfish type attribute. Apart from bird hat guy. He's just still chilling. Unless you're like from earlier in the game. Pincer. Pinching attack that deals ability damage with each of the two pincers. Let's check what the beak is doing here. I just like the beak more. Sure, we're re-rolling here and making use of our mutagen points. And let's kill this shrimp thing that's got a star on their head. Weird dogfly thing. We've now got a bird that's hat is now a crab hat. So that other guy must have just been in the game for a very long time. A very good job surviving that long. Okay, so that fella's just decided to poison himself. I think you're just going to end up killing yourself, buddy. Let's have a look, shall we? Can I block this guy for you? Nope, I can't. We'll just kill this guy instead then. Don't know why you're picking a fight with me, buddy. This is my food. Back off. Oh no, you're done, are you? Fine. Run away. There we go. Nearly getting our next level up here, which we've managed to get. And let's get arms. There we go. That will increase our feeding distance. So we can just kind of stand in a pile of food and just gobble it all up. It's the liver here, and this is the fella that took me out last time. There we go. Just making short work of everyone now, really, aren't we? So easy, this build. Small again. There we go. We're now turning into a little baby crab thing. Here we go. Nice and easy. Deafening. I don't know. I'm just going to eat that. Give it to me. You have a lot of stats above your head, buddy. Don't seem at all interested in me. There is an absolute buffet at the bottom there. What on earth happened here? That just gave me the quickest level up I've ever seen at this sort of stage in the game. Yep, go for small. Go. Proper little guy now. Gold star of these guys. Gonna take you out just because you upset me by killing me last time. There we go. Nice and easy. Stab this guy. I think I just got a hoarder achievement there, whatever that was, because as we all know, I love to hoard these points. And let's also upgrade that then, so we've got a high level synapse reward there. Here we go. Let's gobble up all this food. I guess the problem with being small is it does mean the hitbox on your attacks is also smaller. Not the end of the world. Let's get arms level 3 here then. And we're against the Crabkin. So I reckon we can just do the old classic, walk around in a circle. Don't get stuck on the cactus. And just keep pecking at this fella. Tentacle can also be attacked, which is good. Short work of this guy. Just screamed at me or something. Did that push me away? And we've won. Just pecked that guy to death. So seems the beak is very strong, and so is just a lot of movement speed. This definitely went better than the other victory I got, and certainly better than the other games I'd won. But yeah, much more interesting build there. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to call it there. See what unlocks we've got. I'll read that all later. I am a lazy person. I can't bother to read any of that. Only got some upgrades. But yeah, we'll leave the video there. Thank you very much for spending your time here, and I'll see you in the next video.